Everyone, welcome once again to this online session. In today's session we'll be completing the remaining sums of this chapter number 9, force and laws of motion. In the previous session, before we did the revision, we had solved few sums of this chapter. So remaining sums which are given under the exercise part of this lesson we'll be doing now. So let's look at the sum. First sum, it's a continuation. Okay, so a bullet of mass 10 grams traveling horizontally with a velocity of 150 meter per second strikes a stationary wooden block and comes to rest in 0.03 seconds. Calculate the distance of penetration of the bullet into the block. Also calculate the magnitude of force exerted by the wooden block on the bullet. Now let's see what are the terms given here. They have given you mass of the bullet as 10 grams. We'll convert this grams into kilogram by dividing by 1000, so we get 0.01 kilogram. Okay, then they have given you it is traveling with a velocity of 150 meter per second, so your u is equal to 150 meter per second, and it comes to rest in 0.03 seconds, so the final velocity is going to be 0 meter per second and time is given as 0.03 seconds. These are the terms given. And what do they want you to calculate? They want you to calculate distance, that is S, and they want you to calculate force, that is F. So to calculate this S, we have to use equations of motion, right? Any one equation of motion. We'll take up this equation, which one, this B square is equal to U square plus 2AS. So from this we'll calculate S as V square minus U square upon 2. So if we are going to apply this formula, we need acceleration also, that is A. So how will we calculate acceleration? Acceleration can be calculated by using the simple formula V minus U upon T, because in the question your V is given as 0, your U is given as 150 meter per second and time is given as 0.03 seconds. So when we do this, we get the value of A as minus 5000 meter per second square, because acceleration, its unit is meter per second square. See, 0 minus 150 upon 0.03 will give you minus 5000 meter per second square. So we have got the value of A as minus 5000 meter per second square. Now we have to calculate distance. You remember the value of A as minus 5000 meter per second square. Now let's calculate S is equal to V square minus U square upon 2A. In the place of V square we'll be putting 0 square. In the place of U square I'll be writing 150 the whole square, right? And the denominator will have 2 into minus 5000, because value of A is 5000. So when we do the calculation, that is 150 the whole square divided by minus 10,000 will give me, that is minus 150 the whole square, right here. So minus value will, minus and minus will get cancelled, so you will have the final value as 2.25 meter per meters, because distance is calculated in terms of meters, that is SI unit, right? Now what else they have asked you to calculate? They had asked you to calculate force. So force can be calculated by using the formula F is equal to ma. We know the value of m. We had converted that into 10 grams to kilograms as 0.01 kilogram into your acceleration is minus 5000. When you multiply this, you get the value of force acting on it as minus 50 Newton. Newton is the unit for force. Again and again I'm telling you the units, because it's very, very important. Acceleration meter per second square, distance it's meters, SI unit, and your force, the unit for force is Newton. Understood? So this implies that the wooden block exerts a force of magnitude 50 Newton on the bullet in the direction that is opposite to the trajectory of the bullet, and it is traveling, the distance covered will be 2.25 meters. If you want, you can just work out and see how you got this value. It's very simple calculation, right? So let's move on to the next sum now. Let's look at the next sum now. An object of mass 1 kilogram is traveling in a straight line with a velocity of 10 meter per second collides with and sticks to a stationary wooden block of mass 5 kilogram. Then they both move off together in the same straight line. Calculate the total momentum just before the impact and just after the impact. Also calculate the velocity of the combined object. So in this sum they have said there are two objects. What are those two objects? One is an object which is moving with the velocity of 10 meter per second. So we'll assume that first object mass as m1, okay, which is equal to 1 kilogram. Second object is your wooden block. So mass of the second object is 5 kilogram. Initially the object is moving with the velocity of 10 meter per second. So my u1 will be 10 meter per second. u2, initial velocity of the wooden block, is 0 meter per second because it was at rest, right? So m1 is 1 kilogram, your m2 is 5 kilogram, your initial velocity of the object 1, that is the object that is moving, is 10 meter per second. Initial velocity of the wooden block, that is u2, is equal to 0 meter per second. Okay, now what are the things they want you to calculate? They want you to calculate the total momentum just before the impact and just after the impact. That is total momentum before collision and total momentum after collision. See, whenever they want you to calculate the total momentum before collision and after collision, you have to go for law of conservation of momentum. What is that law? m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. In this case, I will use v as v1 is equal to v2 is equal to v. Why? Because after collision, the object and the wooden block are in contact with each other. The object is sticking to the wooden block. So we'll assume the velocity of both the objects will be considered as v only, because they will not have different velocity. They will be moving with the same velocity. So in the place of v1, v2, I'll be taking v. So now I'll rewrite this equation like this. m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 plus m2 into v. Remember this. Okay. Now I need to calculate this m1 u1 plus m2 u2, right? You remember this also. m1 plus m2 into v. Why v? I said the object is on the wooden block. So the velocity of both the objects will be the same. So that v1 is equal to v2 is equal to v. We'll take it as v only. Now we'll first calculate this m1 u1 plus m2 u2. Mass of the first object is 1 kilogram and the velocity of the first object is 10 meter per second. Mass of the second object is 5 kilogram. Velocity of the second object, initial velocity, is 0 meter per second, which is equal to m1 plus m2, mass of the first object plus second object into v, right? So now 1 into 10 will give me 10 plus 0, which is equal to 6v. Okay, you remember this, but you have to know one more thing. Your total momentum before collision is also always equal to total momentum after collision, right? So this 6v is also equal, so that's 10 is equal to 6v. That means what? 6v is also equal to 10. Total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision. We don't know the value of v. When you find the value of v and substitute there also, you will get 10 only. So how do we calculate that velocity? Okay, according to the law of conservation of momentum, we will take, see, we will not write m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. It is understood. When m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to 10 kilogram meter per second, your m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is also going to be equal to 10 kilogram meter per second. But here, velocity of the first object and velocity of the second object after collision will be the same, that is taken by us as v. Okay, so now as per the law of conservation of momentum, total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum post collision, that is your after collision, right? Therefore the total momentum post the collision is also equal to 10 kilogram meter per second. That's why I told you that is your m1 plus m2 into v is also equal to 10 kilogram meter per second. Now I had calculated this m1 plus m2 also as 6 kilogram, right? 6v, that is 6 kilogram into v is also equal to 10 kilogram meter per second. Now when I want v, it is 10 by 6, right? When you divide 10 by 6, you get 1.66 meter per second. That is your velocity of the combined object, right? Hope this is clear to you. Let's move on to the next sum. Now next sum. This is a very easy sum. Just look at the sum now. An object of mass 100 kilogram is accelerated uniformly from a velocity of 5 meter per second to 8 meter per second in 6 seconds. Calculate the initial and final momentum of the object. Also find the magnitude of the force exerted on the object. They have given you the mass of an object and they have told that the object is initially moving with the velocity of 5 meter per second and then changes to 8 meter per second. They want you to calculate initial momentum and final momentum, and also the force exerted on the object has to be calculated. See now, you know the formula for momentum. What is that? P is equal to mv. Okay, so when we talk about initial momentum, we'll have this as mu. When we talk about final momentum, we will have it as mv. Initial momentum, final momentum. Okay, so that will be taken as mu and mv. Right, now let's see. Now mass of the object, it's m, which is equal to 100 kilogram. Okay, initial velocity of the object is 5 meter per second. Final velocity of the object is 8 meter per second. Okay, now time period given is 6 seconds. They want you to calculate the initial momentum, that is your mu, which is equal to 100 into 5 will give you 500 kilogram meter per second. Units kilogram meter per second. Then final momentum, your mv, which is equal to 100 into final velocity is 8, that is 800 kilogram meter per second. Right, now they want initial momentum and final momentum we have calculated. They want you to calculate the magnitude of the force. So what's the formula used for force? F is equal to ma. So what do we have to find here? Value of a. So how can we find the value of a? We can calculate by using the formula v minus u upon t, because we have the value of v as well as u, your initial velocity and final velocity. Therefore, now acceleration a is equal to v minus u upon t. Your v is 8, u is 5 upon 6. So 3 by 6, right? 3 by 6 is nothing but your 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is equal to 0.5. What is the unit for acceleration? Meter per second square. So we have calculated the value of a as 0.5 meter per second square. Now force is mass into acceleration. 100 is the mass into acceleration is 0.5, which will give me 50 kilogram meter per second square, which is nothing but 50 Newton. So the force applied is 50 Newton. Clear? The sum is very easy, right? So sum now. It's a very easy sum. How much momentum will a dumbbell of mass 10 kilogram transfer to the floor if it falls from a height of 80 centimeter? Take its downward acceleration to be 10 meter per second square. They've just twisted and turned things, but the question is direct. You need to calculate the momentum shown by the dumbbell when it reaches the floor. So you need to calculate momentum. Momentum can be calculated using the formula P is equal to mv. Okay, let's keep this on one side. So let's see what are the things given here. They have given you mass of the dumbbell, that is your m as 10 kilogram. Then they say that this bell is falling from a height of 80 centimeter. So here that is the distance, that is calculated as 80, given as 80 centimeter. We'll convert this into meter. How will you convert centimeter to meter? By dividing by 100. So 80 divided by 100 will give me 0.8 meters, right? And then they have given you acceleration as 10 meter per second square. See, and they want you to calculate final velocity. Initially, the object is coming from a height. At initial velocity possessed by the object will be 0 meter per second. So you should find the value of v. When you find the value of v, you can easily calculate the value of momentum. Right? So now to calculate v, we have to use this equation of motion. Right? We need to calculate v. So we'll use this equation. V square minus u square is equal to 2as, or we'll take like this itself, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Let's take this, right? In the place of u, it is 0 plus 2. Acceleration is 10 meter per second square. Distance, I told you to calculate in terms of meter because acceleration is meter per second square. So what's the distance we calculated in terms of meter? It is 0.8. So when you multiply this, you get 10 into 0.8 is 8, right? 8 2s are 16. So v square is equal to 16 meter square second square, right? Upon second square. So your v square is 16 meter square second square means your v will be root 16, that is equal to 4 meter per second. Got it? So I think with this we are coming to an end, and we have solved almost all the sums given in your textbook under this chapter, and notes are also sent. Kindly copy down the notes, okay, and we'll meet very soon with the revision for this chapter, and then we'll proceed further. Okay, I think this numericals are all very clear, it's all very easy. And in my first presentation itself, when we started with the sums, I had given you the formulas that you have to remember while solving sums based on force and laws of motion. Do revise that once again. Okay, have a good day. Till then, bye, take care.